right, the click of death unit. So this compressor's locked rotor amps. This unit's 9 years old. She's spent. I have this for a different size true unit, but numerically it'll work. However, the piping's wrong, and the base is really what's the problem. Like, I may end up having to take those components off and mounting these on that base if that's the direction we're gonna go. Because I don't have the height. Like, it fit perfectly in there as it is. It's definitely not gonna fit with that extended foot. So what I can do is either untorch this and just take this compressor off. It's a little bigger though, and I think it's not gonna fit here. You can see we're rough, tight. So I gotta figure out how to make this whole unit fit, one way or another. Or they have to buy the correct condensing unit, which is not worth investing in. So whether they're good ideas or they're bad ideas, I'm full of ideas. And if I mount this right here, build a shroud around it to protect the fan, see, my piping is backwards on this one. So I'd have to rerun my suction line, which comes out here. So I'd have to rerun my suction line to there, which is totally doable. And then untorch this, run it in right there. Brilliant and idiot, right? So close to one another. I'm gonna go with this. I mean, the store just needs this unit up and running, and they just assume not spend, you know, $1,000+ on the correct condensing unit when I have one that would work, other than it's just physically too big for the space. Numerically, it's correct. Let's go. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I've cut this out. So we were half down to 3/8, and we're 3/8 here. So I'm probably gonna do is just use fitting so I don't have to swage. Because I've got a 90 I can put here. And then I can actually, once I put my 90 in, I can, all right, so I can build my connection that comes out and down, and then pull this out, make my torch, and then do my last connection here. Again, this is super rigged. Let's all acknowledge this is rigged. But I'm also then gonna have to, I'm gonna bolt these two units together at the bottom, front and back, so that they don't try and wheel this and move it, as they'll rip the copper lines out. Lots that can go wrong. I have to stupid proof it, but this is, there was no way it was fitting in there. And this is the main chef's line. They need to get it up and running, so. Let's take a look here. You remember the part I told you, it was weird. Torch in or torch thin. All I gotta do is do this. I'm gonna insulate this, but first I'm gonna nitro test it, pressure test it. And then while I'm running my vacuum, I'll insulate this line, put the panel back up, although I don't really need to. I'm gonna bring it here, I'm gonna bow the panel so it protects this, and then I'm gonna bolt these together so they can't move this to clean. So, I told you it was weird, but it's gonna work. Okay, I did have a leak in there on the backside, so I had to take care of that. Then I re-nitroed everything, soap bubbled everything. We were good holding pressure, so we're drawing a crazy vacuum now. It's a tiny system, so it ain't gonna take much time. This unit, the true plugs in, powers, runs off to the rest of the evap fans and the thermostat and all that. And then there's just an outlet plug right there that the condensing unit was plugged into. So since the existing condensing unit has a plug but it won't reach, I'm gonna go get a 6-foot one out of my truck, and then wire that up, insulate this, gas it up, and hopefully go. All right, so a slight problem, that's really not a problem, is that we don't know how much charge to put in it. The original unit was 9 ounces, so we're gonna start with that. I've got my bottle hooked up. Again, we're still in a nice deep vacuum. I'm gonna purge this. I'm close to the system, right? So we're still in a vacuum, obviously. Now we tear this with that out. Give it the bottom. Let's give this. Let's see if we can't put 9 ounces in. You're not going to get to 9 ounces on its own push. We're going to have to fire up the compressor probably, but we'll see. No, nope, we're going to get there. 8. Let's go with that.
The last time I did it.
Stand by. All right, here we go. Ooh. Ooh. She's running. Now we'll have to look. I may need to add a charge. This. Nice and pulling down. Yeah, it's gonna take more of a charge. All right, we can do that. Nice and easy. I normally like to run like 40 psi. No, less than that. Yeah, about 25. I think 25 is 134. 25-degree coil is, yeah, about 25. So a little more. Head pressure's coming in line. Alright, so we just got her fired up. I just stuck this down in the coil for a minute. She's dropping. Sweet deal. These are funny units because they only blow out here, but yeah, they're blowing out some cold air. Alright, so unit's cooling down. We're very pleased with this result. So, I mean, this is as good as it gets, right? I mean, I didn't have 3/8 insulation in the good way that I wanted, and look, we all know this is a get by. I mean, this unit is 10 years old. It's the Cook's line. There's 2 of them. We've already replaced that one, and I had this condensing unit for something else, and yeah, we put it to good use. So, made a remote condenser for a true TSSU 60 cabinet. Aye, aye, the wild things we do, eh? Alright, so there we have it. Box is putting out 28-degree air, so she's pulling down. I created a cover out of the old shroud here that we don't need, so that they're not going to drop things into the fan and break it. So there you have it. And that is creative engineering at its finest, I think.